first carry for Christian McCaffrey. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Jackson from the shotgun. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Quinnen Williams. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Now 3rd down.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
54 Mike, 54 Mike. Check, watch 54.
Play action. It's Jackson. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. And now here's a carry heading left. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's fielded at the 45. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Jackson trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are going to take a first quarter lead. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score Colts 7, Steelers 0. Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
11. Right there. 54. Right there.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He's going to let one fly for Tate. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards is the pick up there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Albert O with touchdown number 7 on the year. Then the Colts add on to their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Going deep for Hopkins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A pretty good return, all things considered, but hold it.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Looking for Campbell downfield. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Steelers, nothing.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the Steelers' 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Let's go, D.
Again, McCaffrey. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Christian McCaffrey. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On play action, now Garoppolo. Going deep for Hopkins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he will lose lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Mike, 53, Mike.
Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Makes the score Colts.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Garoppolo to throw. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season of
December.
giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
This would complete to Curtis Samuel. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
1st and 10.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Samson Abukum coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Rolling to his right. Got his target, Samuel. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, but it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. McCaffrey. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They go play action now. Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Ball carrier. The tackle made by Miles Jack. It's a gain of a yard.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Albert Okuebuno with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone to give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Right back to Connor here on first. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 35-yard line.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 16. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Yeah, he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, Jackson looking for Campbell downfield. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Colts have got it on cruise control.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
A fairly short kick from the 14. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate. 3rd down here.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Montez Sweat. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, and now it's 1st and 10.
First down, Pittsburgh.
A throw out wide, caught by Hopkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Garoppolo again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. They'll run here with Connor. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. To throw, it's Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incomplete.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Touchdown. James Conner, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to at least knock the deficit down a bit.
Point conversion.
Oh, this is what I love about calling these games. 4th and goal. This is all about leverage, who wants it more, and who's going to get it done. And the point of attack, the line of scrimmage.
Steelers 8. Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Fielded right around the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Their own 33-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Chase Claypool, his 6th touchdown of the season. And this offense continues to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Colts 52, Steelers 8. Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Give him 30 yards there. Look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Finds his running back, James Conner. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
First down.
Going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
3rd quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10. Now Conner. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play.
Play action. It's Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. And now here is another interception. It's actually the former Steelers, Sean Davis, who picks it. And he's into the clear.
No, sir.
And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
And this one through the uprights and good.
Colts 59, Steelers 8.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory.
1st and goal at the 9-yard
Now Garoppolo. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
A 6-yard pickup.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Albert Okuebunam was the target there, and it's 3rd down.
And 4.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Able to hit his target, Claypool. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That gain on third down, good for 28. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
A gain of 20.
If anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Number 8.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to
second down and goal. Jackson, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. And his kick is good.
Makes the score Colts 66, Steelers 8.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in the end zone.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100.
And my goodness, another interception. T.J. Green with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pass intended for Paris Campbell, incomplete.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Right there, 54.
2nd and 10, here's Jackson again. His throw caught right around the 6. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Albert O, 27 yards. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Back now in Indianapolis. Well, the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
Blankenship out to kick off. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go. 15, check back 15. Oh, here we go.
Again, a run with Connor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10 is Connor, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And some space here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Connor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up
on 2nd down. It's Connor. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Taking a shot for Samuel. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back, and that one ended up incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. 53.
Throwing again. Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The drive will start with Connor. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Colts pick it up. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Khalil Mack, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He's going to air one out. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward. Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.